Freedom. I came over here for freedom. I met a beautiful woman today.
This guy tried to be my hero today.
You forgot this.
Africa Boy programmed his name and number in my phone. A date.
Hey guys, you know I've been down the block. Hispanic women, Asian women, all kinds of women. They're nothing but trouble.
You remember me?
There's a ton of money in here.
No, there isn't.
They took my money. Go and find this Africa dude. Find out where he lives.
Is that your baby? Who thought it was you and did this to me? Huh? I'm way cuter.
You remember the guy from the night? Well, he's here.
Whoa.
I love your accent.
I like yours too.
My name is Dickson. Originally, I'm from Abia State, and I'm a filmmaker, a mother, a wife, and I love telling stories. Well, actually, I started with drama, doing drama on stage, and from there, I now branched into film. Let's say at about maybe 15 years. Okay, the first film I did was My Sister's Veil, and that was in UK. Actually, it was more like an experimental film, and that was way back 1996. Actually, I did Left Behind before doing My Sister's Veil, which, well, was marketed then. And from then, I now came down to, when I now moved down to the States, I did a mission to Africa. 2003, I had to come back to Nigeria and shot the film with Olu Jacobs, Benita Nzeribe, and a few of other artists. And Between Kings and Queens is my latest film, which was shot 2010-11, but just been going back and forth, trying to release here in Nigeria. It was a story that came out of, we were with a friend. He's originally from Liberia, and he was in UT. University of Texas is one of the most prestigious university they have in the States there, and he was almost graduating from doing film. He was studying film at the time, and he's a very good friend of I and my husband, and he was telling us how a classmate of his asked him, Amadi, I heard you guys live in trees in Africa. And Amadi said, yes, the poor ones live in small trees, while the rich ones live in tall trees. The guy said, really? Amadi said, yeah, you remember when Clinton came to Africa, that we actually kept in one of the biggest trees. And he said, really? Amadi said, look, I can't believe we're graduating in 2 weeks, and here you are thinking that we Africans will live in trees. And just hearing that, and with the little experience that I've had, you know, as a person with African Americans, the way they look at us, we from Africa, you know, and that was how Between Kings and Queens came about. To start with, the film was shot in the States, and I needed some, at least B-class actors that we could use there in Hollywood. And I came about Nikia. Nikia had done, he used to be one of the Power Rangers stars. If you watched Power Rangers in the, I think, late 90s and early 2000s. He was a star in Power Rangers. And also came about Dwayne Johnson. He has done some big films, like an MTV film one time that got some nomination in one of the awards. He played a character as a gay in Pedro. And I just found him to be very interesting, and I was a little bit worried about the accent, if he was able to get the accent, but with little coaching and all that, he was able to give us that African accent. And then Jim Iyke, our own very own Nollywood star, you know, he was very, very, very funny on set. We had real fun shooting with him. He just came and did his thing, like, you know, it wasn't even a big deal. So yeah, that's how I came about them. And the other cast, well, some of them, they were SAG actors that were staying in Texas. Some of them came from New York and were able to, you know, strike something out for them to be on the project. So that's how we came about them. Well, the main challenge we had was the weather. It was pretty very hot that time. It was summer. It was almost 108 degrees, and to the extent it was very, very uncomfortable. At times I had to summon this courage, like, okay, you have to move. I mean, if you're showing this discomfort, what happens to your crew? What happens to your cast? It was so hot that Nikia's shoes started melting, literally. You know, it was, I mean, you see the heat coming from, and you know, and they were just trying to smile for the camera like everything was okay. And other things were like funding, you know, staying on budget, not trying to go over your cost. That was another challenge that we had. Other than that, the city of Austin, they were very fantastic. They really helped us out to make sure that we had, you know, like when we're doing the street shoot, they helped in, I mean, free. They were able to help block the road for us to do our shoot and all that, because we're doing more like both union and non-union production, kind of. Yeah, there's a particular actor. There was a particular actor whom we're supposed to use, and at the dying minute, you know, things were not working out. So I now had to call Jim, you know, and then Jim now flew and came down to Texas, you know, for the shoot. So that's it basically. February 10th. We're releasing February 10th on DVD nationwide, and it will be distributed by Anzandra Distribution. You know, so if you go anywhere in the stores, the marketers, I'm sure it will be out there. February 10th, look out for it. You can also, I mean, do it for a Valentine, because we have romance in the movie. The movie is all about love, romance, and two cultures battling for one love. So, yeah. And the only thing I have to say for the pirates, I'm speaking to them in particular, they should learn to respect people's work. People bring out time, do this work, and for you to be pirating people's film, there's no way they can make their money back and do another better project. Then for the audience, it's high time they start encouraging, you know, projects by buying the films, not looking for where to also dub the film. It's still the pirate thing. But the major problem they are having now is these pirates, they don't appreciate, you know, they don't appreciate people's work. They just, you know, do, and the government have to come to their aid and do something about it. My name is Joy Dickson. I'm a filmmaker. You're watching Villagesquare TV. The story lives here.